Salutations everyone, this is Razor bringing you some War on the World at War using my Springfield sniper rifle Magnum as my secondary. Playing some War. Good old War. It's a nostalgic game type because it's only in World at War, and that's probably the only game it's ever going to be in, because game after game nobody wants to put this awesome game type back into the game. But that doesn't stop them from putting other game types into the game that always suck. Like I've said plenty of times before, where people, video game developers just do new things for the sake of it being new, so they can catch attention of the players, of the potential buyers out there. Just catch their attention, saying, "Oh, we're doing this, and it's new, and it's new, and it's new, it's new." And just because something's new, just doesn't mean that it's good. It just means that it's new. That's all that it means. I mean, One Man Army was new in Modern Warfare 2. That was a new perk. We had never seen that before, and that didn't really work out the way that anybody had hoped. Now, did it? Well, at least the people that didn't like noob tubers. People who did like noob tubing, it was everything they had hoped for, and it really fucked things up. And when it comes to like game modes and stuff, a lot of people they get this weird false excitement for things like in Call of Duty Ghosts. There are reasons to be excited. Like, okay, this new improved perk system. Like, there's going to be new guns. That's cool. That's always nice to look forward to. And, new maps and dedicated servers and, better graphics and, new mantling system, whatever. But when people are excited about a new game type, oh, there's 7 new game types, that shows that they're innovating. That shows that they're really changing up the game. They're making Call of Duty completely brand new with 7 new game modes. It's like, that doesn't change the game at all. It just means that there's 7 more game modes, or new ones. Who knows if they're going to keep all of the existing ones? Probably, at least for the most part. All of the tried and true playlists will be there. But when they say, oh, 7 new game modes, all that means is there's going to be, 5 shitty new game modes, 2 okay game modes, and no one's going to play any of them. Except for probably Infected, which a lot of people are going to play, which is a shitty game mode, because all it is, it's a boosting. It's just, boosting lobbies in its own playlist. That's all Infected is and ever will be. I'm sorry to break it to you if you liked Infected in Modern Warfare 3, but it's a boosting lobby. That's all anyone ever did in Modern Warfare 3, and that's all anyone's going to do in Call of Duty Ghosts. They're just going to boost, because that's what Infected is there for. It's there for people to boost, and it's built for that. And even if the boosting mechanic wasn't even in the game, it still has a lot of problems, and is only good for a party game. It's not really competitive or whatever. I mean, you could like what you like, but it's Infected is a piece of shit. But when people say that, like, oh, there's all these new game modes and stuff, that shows that Infinity Ward is doing everything that they can to make the best Call of Duty ever, and all this stuff. It's like, I don't see it. You're putting on these rose-tinted glasses. You're letting them flash all these bright lights in front of you and expect you to be impressed, and you're buying into it. I call in my I get my puppy dogs there. Pretty good game. Kill streaks don't always really work in War, because the spawns actually work a lot better than they do in TDM. When it comes to spawns getting spread out, but they're flashing the lights in people's eyes, and they're just giving into it. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. I said this. I want to say I made a commentary about Black Ops 2 about people trying to drink the Kool-Aid when the game first came out, and all these people got their hands on the game. Were saying, "Oh my gosh, this is great. This is new. This is blah 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 blah." And it's like, think for yourself. Think for yourself. Don't just fall into what anyone else thinks. You can like the game. You could dislike the game. You could like portions of it or whatever, but don't try to let anything sway you. Just because they have these new game types doesn't really matter. I mean, the perks have a huge effect on how the game works, and the fact that they've the structure of the perk system for Ghosts, I think, has improved, but the perks themselves, there's some that have cause for concern, like Deadeye and Painkiller and a couple of others, because we don't know how they work, but the way that it's worded and and it sets it up to be potentially a problem. It's like, well, it does say this, but how is that going to work? If it works like this, that's going to be a problem. If it works like that, it'll be okay. And then, you know, there's so many factors that go into such a you know, an intricate multiplayer experience that we're just not going to know until we've had our hands on the game for, you know, a while. You know, a good time, maybe a couple of weeks. You know, we'll have played with every single gun that you can play in the game. We'll have had every single perk combination possible. People also love to say, like, you know, this is customizing. Customizing is the best thing ever. And for some people, that's really important, which is not my thing. But if that is yours, I'm not going to try to take that away from you. But it doesn't affect the game at all. It's like, okay, and it's not really customizing either. It's not like this is, you know, Soul Calibur 3 or I don't know, Diablo or The Sims, or, you know, something where you can actually customize a character a whole lot. This really isn't much customization. You can put a different dark, crappy looking vest on your guy. You know, you can put a different dark looking, very similar structured and rendered pants, you know, with a slightly different, you know, color pattern, or it has an extra pocket, or it's like, that doesn't affect the game. You're not going to be looking at your character really at all. It's first person, it's not third person, so you don't even know what your character looks like when you're playing the game, so why should you really care? I don't know why so many people are so excited about, you know, customization this, customization that. If you look at it, it's really not that much customization at all, and even if it was, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect the game, and even though your character would look different, you don't get to see it because it's first person. So I don't get why so many people are so excited about that. Not that you don't have a reason to get excited for a new Call of Duty. That's all well and good, and, you know, if it's a game that you're going to end up liking, you know, go ahead and enjoy it. You know, I'm not going to try to take that away from anybody, but some of the stuff is just really weird that people get excited for. They say, remember when the Pick 10 system came out and people were like, oh, there's going to be 7 million different ways to have different loadouts. There's going to be 7 million different loadouts because of the way that the Pick 10 system worked. And with this Pick 13 system, or whatever they're going to call it, in COD Ghost, because there's 13 points that you get, people are saying, well, there's going to be even more combinations because of, you know, there's less limitations and stuff. But it's like, 94% of them are going to be shit, and, you know, there's going to be 2 or 3 loadouts that everyone uses, so, you know, it's not going to really change the way that the game plays, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But final score here on the war with the Springfield is 32-14. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comments always appreciated in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys next time.